saved people before, okay? He might have a chance.
Oh, he better. Welcome to Inside Between. My name's Angelina, also known as ALB.
Also known as Super Worried.
Oh my God.
And my name is Nicole Stamp. And joining us live in the studio tonight, we have three amazing guests. We have Samantha Monroe, who plays Stacy, and Jack Murray, who plays Mark, and Jordan Todesy, who plays Tracy. And also, later on in the show, we have a very special guest from out of town who's joining us via video chat.
Have you answered our Twitter poll this week? Our question is, do you ship Tracy and Gord? Stay strong, Gord. Vote now at Between Series.
Do you feel like that ship is called Tord?
No. I like that you made that up, though. That's pretty good. I would be interested to see what the fans have instead of that.
If you have a name for that ship and you would like to tweet it to
like
us,
Tord.
Tord. I feel like it's Tord.
Tord.
Now we have to warn you, there are huge spoilers for the episode that just aired. Season 2, episode 3 of Between was a big episode, so if you haven't watched it yet, you can watch it on demand or go catch up on citytv.com/between.
Okay, Nicole, have you been preparing this week for, your big...
Every day, just...
All right, well then it's time for Between in 60 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ronnie gives Renee the bad news about her little brother. Her friends get mad and he gets a gun in the face. Renee gives him a tour of the Horde and Ronnie decides to stick around for a while, even though he does get lonely at lunchtime. Uh-oh, Renee's found suspicious looking photos of old Five-Finger Franny. Stacy threatens Mark when he plans to come clean about Eric. She probably won't shoot him, but she will give him a concussion and lock him down in the cellar. Ah, love. Wiley goes all ice baby to find food with the Mennonites. They do agree to help, but only if she leaves her son, so baby Jay's gotta grow a beard. Liam gives backstory to prove that his cure works, but Adam gets suspicious and cuffs him to a can. Adam takes Chuck to the prison to look for clues, and Ellen's looking busted. The boys need a hand logging into the system, and Ellen's happy to lend one. What is the sound of one severed hand clapping? Chuck is done with Adam's paranoia. Wiley takes charge of the situation and uncuffs Liam, and whoa, Wiley's tumor's totally healing! Things are looking up for the stranger. Meanwhile, Franny's decided to join the Farrells. Harrison has flashbacks of his sister Samantha, but Franny doesn't judge him, and aw, young love. Good guy Gord teaches some farming skills. Gord and Franny hug and make up, and that's so nice until Renee comes after Franny. Gord protects her, and oh no, Gord! So dramatic. Oh, what a huge episode. So many things happened, and I am so excited to talk to the cast about them. I have three amazing guests with us here tonight in the studio. We have Jack Murray, who plays Mark on the show. Jack, how are you?
I'm good, and I got my hair.
It looks good.
Yeah.
How do you feel? I feel like
In case people don't recognize me, but yeah.
I think they'd recognize you. I don't think anything else in the world has the same color of eyes as you, so it's pretty remarkable. Like, I think you're recognizable.
Oh, okay.
Happy to have you on the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. And beside me, we have Jordan Todesy, who plays Tracy on the show. Welcome back, Jordan.
Thank you for having me.
I'm happy to have you back, and I'm glad that you're wearing, you look really like athletic and comfy today.
Well, we did yoga last time, so I was like, just to be safe, I'll bring yoga pants.
I feel like
you never know.
Always a good policy. And we also have Samantha Monroe, who plays Stacy on the show. Samantha, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Happy to have you. Now, last time Samantha was here, she proved to have this amazing talent for cup stacking.
Stacking cups, yes.
Yes,
My hidden talent.
You dominated, so hopefully...
It was, well, Jesse won.
I know, but I mean...
He took the last round on me.
I still feel like you had the technique and the poise.
And the drive, I feel.
You had the drive.
The drive to succeed.
Today's game is very different, so we'll see. I feel like the playing field's pretty level,
it?
actually. I won't tell you
guys
yet.
won't tell us yet?
Tell you shortly.
All right.
But I want to get into it. And Jack, because you're it's your first time on the show, I want to just talk about Mark, because I feel like there's something sort of mysterious about him, right? Like, we don't really know a ton about his backstory. So now that you're here, I feel like I want to know about the man behind the mark. What can you tell us about him?
Well, one interesting thing is in episode 5, in the original draft, that actually ended up getting revised, but there was a bit of backstory involving Mark, where he actually talks about how he grew up playing hockey.
Oh.
So I thought that might be interesting for people to know. It doesn't actually, get spoken, but kind of interesting.
I like that. I like that. And I feel like, so he's come from prison, and I'm really curious to know sort of like everything that transpired to get him there. I don't want you to spoil anything that we're not supposed to know at this point, but is there anything you can tell us just as a tease?
Well, in episode 2 of season 1, him and Ellen have an exchange where he basically says that the reason he's in prison is that he killed his dad defending his mom. And more will be revealed as episodes unfold.
Okay, that's intense. That's intense. What was it like for you in this season to kill a child? I'm just kidding. No. But I mean, I'm right. Like, I mean, you have this run-in with little Eric, and he ends up, there he is, right there, Drew
Yeah.
Davis. And it doesn't go so well for Eric. What happens? Like, what's going on there?
Well, actually, it's a kind of a great way to sort of introduce Mark because it's it's another sort of bad luck kind of happening. It also kind of wins the audience over to him a little bit. You know, the kid stabs him, and he's tries to do the right thing, but he's obviously got himself into a little jam.
Yep. He gets into a jam, and then Stacy witnesses the jam, but she protects him.
I blackmail him first, though.
Well,
you have to remember this.
Blackmail, protect. Blackmail, protect.
Two of the same bird.
She doesn't really judge him, though, right? Like, she's kind of a ride or die chick. It's like, she's the friend you can call in the middle of the night and be like, what do I do with the body?
stabbed somebody. Save me. We have to bury the body. I'll be right there.
Right? And
That is her,
yet she doesn't seem to really be able to keep her friends. She's got a hard time with her social life. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, I mean, I don't think she has any problems keeping friends. She throws them in a closet if they try and leave her.
Right.
So, I mean, there's that. No, she doesn't, Stacy's a very selfish character, which I don't think is extremely inappropriate as it is, like, very dire circumstances. But I think as far as keeping friends and looking out for other people, it's that she does struggle with trying to, maybe she doesn't keep friends because she tries to protect herself, I guess.
She's kind of gone from person to person a little bit. It's almost like she's grabbing at life
Grabbing at
vests.
straws, yeah.
Something, yeah.
I definitely felt that way. Well, I mean, first season I got to make it with 3 different guys in the span of 2 weeks, so that was a lot.
Who was your favorite? I'm just kidding. You can answer. No, don't answer.
No.
What was that like, though? Was it interesting to? I mean, that's an interesting thing for an actor to have to do.
Yeah, it is. In creating that chemistry with people, kind of right off the bat, it's kind of a hard thing to do when you're. And plus, season 1 was everybody was new to each other. It was like, okay, let's make out. Nice to meet you, which is hard to do. But everybody has to do it. It's a learning curve, and it wasn't bad at all. All the guys are really awesome.
That's good. I mean, one's
Yeah.
sitting right beside you.
I know.
So
He was pretty good too. Yes.
Right. How do you create that chemistry so quickly when you're just meeting somebody?
Well, the first day shooting this season was really hectic for us. We were in every single scene. It was all of the stuff that happens at the bar. And we had our first kind of in bed together scene, and a crying scene, and that emotional scene. So we got to know each other really fast on that first day, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was I think like 8 scenes, 14 hours. Yeah.
All in
You
the
got
same
li-
day.
Yeah,
Wow.
you have enough time to make a bit of a connection, so it's not weird by the
That's
time
like-
you're like, all right, take off your shirt, let's go.
That's like a life story. Like you lived a
Yeah.
life together.
Yeah, in one day. Give us 12 hours, we got it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, Jordan, for you, for Tracy, I feel like, last season she was sort of always with her brothers. And now that Ronnie's decided to stay at the Horde, she's kind of gone off a little bit more independently, and she decides to start helping out at the orphanage. What do you think's happening for her?
I think she, because she helped Ronnie so much, she naturally has that instinct to help and to, defend, I guess, what needs help. And so she sees the children as her next accomplishment to help.
Do you feel like she's finding that fulfilling?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that that's what she wants to do in this time. I mean, other things are. Everybody else is kind of handling all the other drama and whatnot, so she's like, oh, okay, I'll take care of the kids then.
Ronnie left her too, though, right?
Right.
Yeah.
She's got to fill the void with
With
somebody. Why not a whole bunch of kids?
Kids.
And Gord. I mean, the fans are shipping you.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, are you more of a team Tord or are you more of a team Gordsey? What's your name? What's your favorite name for this ship?
I don't know. Like as a Jord, I
Oh.
kind of like the Ord,
Yeah.
but I also like the cuteness of the
Gorsey?
Gorsey? Gorsey.
Gorsey. Yeah.
Gorsey
I
and
like
or
that.
Tord.
Gorsey? I don't know. Tord's kind of close to.
Tord to Jordan Odyssey.
Yeah.
Tord.
Oh my gosh, Gordsey's actually like Jordan Todessey. It's
Kind
like
of creepy. It's kind of creepy, guys. I'm actually dating a Gord, so yeah, it's creepy. It's.
You guys are Gord and Jord in real life.
Yeah, I know. We're the Ords. Yeah, that's why I'm biased. I naturally like, Gord and Tracy. I'm like, yeah, it's relatable. I like it.
That's amazing. I love it when art imitates life.
Yeah, it's almost like real life, but
Yeah.
not quite.
Great. Did you ever have any like slips? I guess you couldn't because it's the same name, so you can't really slip up and accidentally.
Yeah.
If you did slip, nobody would ever know.
Yeah,
You're safe.
because
You're good. So you're good.
Amazing. All right, so the fans of Between are so phenomenal. Thank you all so much for your amazing engagement and all of the things that you send us and all of the thoughts that you have. And we have a contest for our super fans, and the winner this week's name is Michaela, and she's in studio. It's so awesome to have her, and we are going to hear her questions to the cast right now.
Thanks, Nicole. Would you like to win this trip to our studio to ask the cast of Between a question in person? Tell us online why you're our biggest super fan, and you could be joining me here next. So today I'm joined by our super fan Michaela, all the way from Chilliwack, British Columbia. How excited are you to be here today?
I'm super excited to be here.
Oh, we're so happy to have you. You traveled such a long way.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So, Michaela, you have prepared some questions for our guests. What's your first question?
What's your favorite personality trait to play?
Oh, that's a great question. And your second one?
How do you prepare yourself for a sad scene?
Oh, that's a really good question. I actually really want to know the answer to that. All right, so Nicole, let's get some answers from the cast.
Those were such good questions. Thank you so much, Michaela. And Michaela in studio today, it was so lovely to have her here. We got to all meet her and hang out with her. Super nice. So let's get right into her questions. So what is your favorite aspect or character trait of your character to play? And maybe Jackie first.
Well, Mark's a lot of fun because there's always some major, huge issue that he's dealing with. You know, it's never just boring walk in the park for him, right? So, but just showing the explosion, you know, when he gets angry is always fun.
That's great. Yeah. How about you, Jordan?
Well, I like when Tracy gets to basically just have fun with the kids and hang out. We had a lot of fun on set.
Did you?
Yeah, playing games. I mean, it's pretty fun with the kids because I can be a kid again, so it's pretty nice.
That's great. This picture of Tracy, it's interesting. Like when I met you, I feel like your energy as a person is so different than I expected from having only known you from this character. Because I feel like she's always in sort of these a lot of intense moments, and in real life you're so playful and there's such an open energy about you.
Yeah, I like to keep things fun, exciting, as much as possible anyways.
It's true, you do, and it's great.
Yeah,
it's
thank you,
awesome.
thank you.
Yeah, Sam, how about you?
Daisy has balls. I love that she just is. This is what she wants, and she does it. It's really cool, and it keeps it exciting too. Like she's. I think if I was to take something from her that I actually would like to put into my life, it's just she just takes it. She goes for it, which is cool. Which I liked about her anyway.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. Okay, and now how do you prepare when you have to shoot like a really intense or emotional scene? What's your preparation for that, Jack?
I usually just think of really messed up stuff, and then just torture myself, and then just try to get back to a place where you're able to react to each other.
Do you think about stories from your personal life, or do you sort of just imagine scenarios that aren't about you?
I'd say the stuff that's personal definitely gets more of a response in me personally, but everyone's different.
How do you shake that off after?
Just a cigarette and a beer or something. I don't know.
That's a very Mark answer. You were answering in character there, right?
Yeah. That was Mark answering.
Totally,
I just have
totally.
tea and just chill.
Tea and yoga.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Speaking of tea and yoga, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, for me too, it's also thinking about what the character's going through and what I would feel in that in the character's position and how I would go through that emotionally, and putting yourself in their shoes to the best of your ability, basically. And then, yeah, obviously, keeping quiet on set and stuff, obviously not being as bubbly as I usually am for stuff like that, but yeah.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. How about you, Samantha?
I've kind of changed tactics over the years. I used to do that, but it would mess me up for the rest of the day. I would be just a wreck. I remember going back to my dressing room after a hard day on Degrassi and just bawling my eyes out just because you just get too worked up, kind of using your own stuff. So lately it's kind of been setting the mood, making sure everyone's like, I don't know, everybody's always really respectful of your space on set too when you're about to do really hard scenes. And then it's kind of like really listening to what the other person's saying, and that kind of gets you upset or crying, and if you put yourself in their shoes, I find the response is appropriate as well. Yeah,
Sure.
But that changed over the course of time too, because it was just too hard, kind of doing it the other way for me. Anyway.
Of course. Yeah, and you two have known each other for a really long time, right?
This has been our 4th project together.
Yeah.
3rd project.
Yeah.
4th or 3rd. Yeah. Did we do Trigger? Did you do Trigger with me?
No.
No.
we didn't.
Okay, so then it's our 3rd project together.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, I feel like you must have watched each other grow up and sort of had your careers happen side by side. How's that?
Didn't even occur to me until right now. When did you join Degrassi?
I was 13, 14,
You were 14?
I think.
Oh my gosh,
13,
yeah. So we
14,
have
14.
watched each other grow up then.
How have you changed? How's Jordy changed? How's Samantha changed?
Oh, Jordy's changed a lot.
How so?
A lot. Jordy now has become one of the most positive, sort of bright people I know, actually. And when you're first starting on a set, I find it's hard to kind of find your footing and all that, but she's grown into just a really, really positive and even like really active presence on set too. Her energy's contagious. So
with vegan meatballs for everyone today.
yeah, and chocolate. She's like, did anyone want chocolate? We're like, yeah, absolutely. Jordy's great. She's great.
It's true.
Likewise about you, Dave.
How has Samantha changed over the years?
I feel like you've just become like a better singer, a better creator, just an all-round entertainer too. I know that you've done a lot of, I definitely see you expanding in that too, just music and.
This is a moment I wasn't expecting.
It was emotional. Jesus.
So nice. But yeah, I just realized like we Canada watched you, the world watched you grow up together.
Yeah.
It's weird to think about.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they watched me go through my braces and acne phase, which is always fun to have forever immortalized in television. But yeah, that's actually been kind of a blessing in most parts, a curse in others, but I would say it's a really big learning process. It's been fun.
It's lovely.
It's been really cool growing up on Canadian film.
Aw, well, I'm so happy to see this moment in time for your friendship.
I am too, actually. This is really cool.
Let's do something tonight.
All right, fine. Fine.
Amazing. So this cast, there are several members of the cast who are out of town and they weren't able to come into the studio to be on the after show with us, but we are so lucky that they were kind enough to video chat with us so that you could experience everything they had to say. And we have one of these people on video right now. I spoke to them earlier today from Los Angeles, so take a look and see who it is. So season 2 of Between sees a mysterious stranger come to town professing to have the cure. His name is Liam Cullen and he's a complicated character who, I gotta be honest, I don't know if I trust him. But luckily we have the actor online direct from Los Angeles. This is Stephen Graham. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thank you for having me.
Happy to have you. How are you?
Great, wonderful.
Oh, good. Okay, so I want to get into it with Liam because I feel like Liam comes to Pretty Lake and, you know, he's a pretty distinguished guy and he must have a plan for how he's going to introduce himself to the people of the town. And instead of any of that happening, he runs into Wiley and Adam in a tunnel as they're coming back from an escape attempt. And right off the top, he's sort of on the back foot. How do you think that changes things for him?
Well, I think immediately, you know, he's completely unprepared. You know, he clearly had a plan going in, and you know, was greeted at gunpoint by Adam and Wiley. And you know, Liam's a very book smart guy, but you know, what he didn't, you know, prepare for was actually being street smart. And so, you know, he's come upon a group of distrusting people that that aren't going to just jump at the fact that he has a cure for a virus. I mean, their trust has been broken by the government, within each other. And so, you know, he's come upon a pretty chaotic situation.
Absolutely. And, you know, given that he's so book smart, he must have studied the residents of Pretty Lake as a series of statistics, you know, on a spreadsheet somewhere. And then he comes to town and it's all these individuals who have such strong desires and needs and fears and wants that are completely at odds with what he wants. How do you think that changes for him when those little statistics suddenly come to life?
Yeah, well, I think that, you know, he sees the humanity in it all, and perhaps can relate with the destitute of of everyone in Pretty Lake. But, you know, at the same time, he has a job and a task to complete. And I think he becomes increasingly torn about that. I mean, clearly he's ambivalent to doing the right thing. You know, at the same time, trying to make sure that he doesn't get killed. And I think that when you have a living, breathing person in front of you, it's a game changer. It's no longer a statistic on a chart. And I think that it's something that he really wrestles with, you know, especially with the time that he spends with them in trying to prove himself.
Absolutely. Now, I feel like Wiley has become a major character in his life already because she's saved his life. She's taken a gun out of his face, and you know she's allowed him to inject her with the cure. What do you think he makes of Wiley at this point?
Well, I think that in Wiley he sees a single mother that that needs help. And I also think that Liam is perhaps a little more emotionally mature than the others, and sees this connection with her. And I think for Wiley, you know, she's being a mother. She can no longer just think about herself. She has to think about her child. And I think that in that she's willing to give Liam, you know, a chance. And she's surrounded by very strong, you know, alpha males that are always barking orders or trying to make the decision for the group. And I think that this is really, you know, her turning point for when she steps forward and said, you know, listen, I've been doing it the way you guys want to do it. You know, let's give this guy a chance. What do we have to lose?
It's true. Yeah, I like Wiley. I like her style of leadership. I feel like she really listens to people and pulls together based on evidence as opposed to based on some kind of, you know, power hierarchy that she's trying to enforce, which sometimes some of the men at Pretty Lake, I'll be honest, sometimes they do that. Now, I have to say, even though Liam's done some things that are very helpful, very noble, somewhere right about this area of my body, I don't trust him. I don't trust him. How are you maintaining that ambiguity?
Well, you know, I think that Liam came upon Pretty Town with an agenda. And I think that the more time he spends there, the harder it is for him to probably do things as he saw fit or as he had initially planned. I think Wiley is definitely a monkey wrench into his plan. I think that, you know, the more time he spends with her, the more he realizes that hey, this isn't a game. And this just isn't about, you know, medical advancements, that this is people's lives, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm very excited to see where it all goes. Thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. Enjoy, everyone.
Great to have you, Stephen. Now, on our website, we have a lot of really interesting content. And one thing that you should definitely check out are the featurettes that are online. And right now, Angelina is going to tell us all about them.
Thanks, Nicole. Want to hear even more from the cast of The Season in Between? Then take a look at our featurette series, Between, inside the episode. Each week, we release a new featurette, giving you a look into what our actors are thinking about each new twist this season of Between has to offer. Let's take a look.
She finds out that Adam is immune. And I think that to her is just a complete slap in the face. She thinks, here's this person who convinced me against my better judgment to go on this journey with him. And then after killing someone, I learn that the life's all on my hands. He essentially didn't kill someone because he's immune. I single-handedly killed someone. I think that's where Wiley initially goes, I've got to trust Liam. I can't trust Adam. This is all I've got.
All right, so want to watch more? You can find them all on our social pages and on our website with new featurettes being released every week. Take a look and tell us what your favorite moments are, because we love it when you talk to us online. And here are a few of our favorite social media posts of the week. So, Grace Mackin asks, would you be friends with your character in real life? Stephanie asks, if Between could cross over with any other city show, what would you choose? Oh gosh, there's a lot of good ones on there. And when asked if you would take the cure, Zia responded, no, Adam, don't put that gun down yet. Hashtag Jessie Carrere. All right, so Nicole, does the cast have some answers for us?
Thank you for those excellent Twitter questions. So let's get right into it. Samantha.
Would I be friends with Stacy?
Would you?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know. She's kind of mean sometimes.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. You kind of need that friend that tells you how it is.
She's sincere.
Yeah, she is. She's very honest. She gets a little I mean, she just. Sorry. Yeah, that was fun to film. I don't know. I actually don't know. I'd have to meet her.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Maybe not. I wish my answer was yes, but she's a little selfish, and that's something I don't really value in my friends. So maybe not.
I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
I feel like often when you ask an actor that question, they're like, oh, this character is amazing.
I don't think so.
She's got such a good heart. I mean, everyone has a good
She
heart.
has good intentions, but she has
Deep
real
in there.
weird ways about going around it, and I don't know if that would make a great friend or not.
Good answer. I like that. That's a very level-headed, mature. I feel like you must have good boundaries in your personal life.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Great. How about you, Jack? Would you be friends with Mark?
We'd be cool.
'Kay.
You know what I mean? But you know, he is dangerous. So I don't know if I'd be hanging out with him, every day, just because I like being alive and not being in jail and stuff. So, but I do like him as a role. I love him. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be friends with Stacy in real life, and would you be friends with Mark in real life?
Yes.
Oh.
I get along with everyone. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I thought you would say.
I would say yes to that because I feel like he's been a victim of circumstance a lot. So I don't think he's a bad person. I think he's had a bad life. So yes, I would be his friend.
That's a very compassionate answer.
Yeah.
Yeah? You?
Yeah, I like everyone, so
So no.
We'd be cool. We'd be cool.
We'd be cool.
You
I
know,
like that
you
answer.
know.
Okay, so now the second question is, if there was a crossover show with another show on City TV, we got a whole list of them. Which of the shows do you think you'd want to mash up with between?
Me? All right. Well, I'm a big sports fan, so NFL, and then also Hockey Night in Canada. Since Mark, he might have been playing hockey growing up.
Sure.
He'd have a big role on that crossover show. So.
How about you?
Okay. If I was to be acting on one of the shows, it would be the Mindy Project. I actually, one of my favorite female role models is actually Mindy Kaling. I read both of her books. She's fantastic.
She's so cool.
She's so driven and such a groundbreaker. She's amazing, and I just like to just be in the same room as her. She's just so cool. So, the Mindy Project.
I'm with you.
And just to fart around on, I think The Bachelorette would be so much fun. How much fun would that be? It'd be so cool to just be like involved either in like the creative process or even just sitting there and just watching everything unfold. It'd be cool.
I kind of feel like Stacey's in her own version of the Pretty Lake Bachelorette.
With no roses.
Poor Stacey.
No roses. I have to say, given that you've locked poor Jack up in a closet, I kind of thought you were going to say Storage Wars.
Oh. I'm sorry. I really am.
I'd be a nice find.
Yeah, I feel like you'd go for a good fiat auction.
Hey, I've been in here for.
Look at him in there with the kegs and the
Depends on how long
bottles.
you've been in there for.
Yeah. The bottles are empty too.
I kind of want you to have like your own advice column, like a Stacy advice column, where it's like, "Dear Stacy, I'm worried that my boyfriend is cheating on me. What's your advice?" And you're like, "Dear, worried he's cheating. My advice is."
Throw him in a closet. Make sure you own a shotgun. Cheat on him back. Whatever. Yeah, Stacy's got some interesting values.
Sure. What was it like when you actually did whack Jack with the shotgun?
Well, Jack, you actually had that thing with your foot.
Oh yeah, so I was kind of walking wounded already, but they had a rubber butt to the gun, so it was basically just it didn't hurt at all actually, but yeah.
But I hit him in the head a couple of times.
Yeah, no, she was really hitting me in the head.
I didn't want to. I don't have. I lost that game. I have very bad aim. So anyway, yeah.
Yeah. So it was exciting, or like it was a whole new experience. Have you ever had to do that kind of like stunt combat?
I
kind of
love
thing
stunt
before?
work. I'm not good at it, but I like doing it. I punched Ronnie in that the first season. That was a lot of fun. Our stunt coordinator Steve actually taught me to throw a very good punch, which was really cool.
You were very convincing
Thank you.
in these scenes.
I felt like it would hurt to get the impact from that. So
that moment when you come around with the rifle and cold cock him it's a really like it's a power moment. It's
Yeah.
great.
just to stand there and, well, now what? Now what do you do? Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'd like to go back in time now and revisit the set of season 2 in a little feature that we like to call On Set with Jim.
So, little Jason, you had to make a huge decision.
There's just no formula for him, and she decides that she's going to have to go to kind of extreme measures. She ends up giving up Jason to the Mennonites in hopes that they will take care of him.
How do you think it's going to shape kind of the future for Wiley?
I think it'll give Wiley a fire under her ass because she's now what does she have to lose, really?
What is your kind of take on the whole question of, you know, what's the point of relationship in Pretty Lake?
For me personally, as Jordy, you know, relationship and connection with people is, if anything, one of the most important things in life, in my opinion. You know, that's all we have essentially, is a human connection and bond. So I think it's incredibly important, especially for, you know, people in a situation like the characters in Pretty Lake. I mean, that's when you'd want to have people to be with, to connect with.
So what are your opinions on the relationship?
To be fair, I think Stacy is the one that messed it up. So I think at the time, maybe she was just looking for a replacement. And then I think as season 2 evolves, they actually kind of do end up caring for each other in a very strange sort of way.
Mark has some commitment issues, and I think he likes Stacy, but I don't know if he wants to get look, it's a quarantine, people are dying left and right, so he doesn't want to get in too deep where, you know, he'll start catching feelings, etc. So, but I think deep down he likes her.
Well, Juicy, Harrison and I do have a kissing scene.
What? Have you ever had a kissing scene before?
No.
This will be your first on-screen kiss.
Yes.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, very.
Yeah. So it's heating up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then when we look at Harrison, could be a bit of a bad apple.
I feel that he might realize, because now that I'm going to be around more often, he won't go as off.
Essentially, the rift with Franny finally comes to an end when Gord kind of apologizes. He says, maybe I didn't see it from your side. And she says, I'm sorry, are you mad at me? They say no, they hug, and end of story, but somebody pulls up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special game for you today called Pretty Lake Handoff. Oh God, that's so gross. In episode 3 of Between, Adam finds himself in need of a hand at the prison, so our guests today are going to be giving him one. The rules of the game are simple. You get 5 severed hands. This is a totally normal game. It's not gross at all. 5 severed hands, and you get to throw them in one of these 3 buckets. The largest bucket right here is worth 5 points. The medium bucket is worth 10 points, and the smallest bucket is worth 20 points. Whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. But there's a catch. Since Liam spent most of the episode in handcuffs, so will you. And Jack, since your character is an actual criminal, we thought we'd give you a very authentic pair.
You guys got a key for these, right?
I think we may have lost it, so I hope you like them a lot. Now, let's see a show of hands. Who's ready to play this game? Yeah, because there's hands. Because there's hands. Okay, first up is Jordan. Are you ready?
Yeah.
She's so ready. Okay, well, absolutely. I'm gonna let you go over there and take your spot. So she has 5 severed hands to throw in these buckets, and I feel confident in you. She looks confident. That's all that matters. Yeah. Okay, on your mark, get set, go. Okay, first one not so good, but it was a big hand.
Yeah,
Oh.
It's hard when they bounce. Normal hand. Oh, good
go.
job. Okay,
One.
5 points.
I want to
5
go
points.
for the
That one, like, hit the rim. One more. Okay, awesome job. So 10 points.
Not
All right,
bad.
Jack, do you want to write on the,
Toss her down.
yeah,
here
with
we go.
ease with those handcuffs.
10.
All right, awesome. So Sam, you're gonna switch spots
Okay,
with
all right,
Jordan
all right,
and go
all right.
take your place over there. Good job, good job. Give me 5. Awesome.
Okay.
Do you think that you can get enough points to beat Jordan?
I think I can.
Because 10 is actually like pretty decent. That's
10's
2
pretty
out of
decent.
5.
I'm feeling I'm a 15
15?
I'm
That's
a
pretty
15 kind
confident.
of girl. I got that feeling.
Samantha is up and the gloves are coming off. Do you think you're gonna be able to handle the pressure?
Okay.
You're done with me right now. You're so done.
I'm focused. I'm focused. Here
All
we go.
right, on
Okay.
your mark, get set, go. Oh! 10 points off the bat. She wasn't kidding.
Super creepy.
Yeah, that one's very
All right.
floppy.
Well,
Okay,
okay,
a
that's
little
fine.
disappointing.
This one's covered in blood.
That
okay,
one wanted to come
okay,
back.
I might have talked a little bit much.
One more. Oh,
Okay,
that
come on,
one's haunting
come on,
you.
just one.
Just one more.
One more.
Oh, 15. How did
Okay.
you do that? You're like
All right.
psychic. All right, thanks for
15.
writing our points there. And you're next, Jack. I mean, I have to hand it to you. It was pretty good, and you did live up to your, your point standards that you set. All right, last up is Jack. Now, you're not afraid to get your hands dirty, are you?
No.
Good. And your character isn't either. In fact, your character would even be described as underhanded at times. I'm so sorry, everybody. Will you be channeling Mark in order to win this?
I think I'm a better shooter than Mark.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see right here.
That. All right. On your mark, get set, and 20 points to win this. Go.
Oh.
10 already? Are you kidding?
Oh,
That was
that's
close.
half.
Okay, three more.
That's
Okay,
in.
20
That's in.
already.
That's in. All right, just go
But
for
I
the
want to
easy.
see. Oh. It's a very weird sensation.
There we
Wow.
go.
Okay.
Showing off.
25.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing. You scored. Yeah, let's give him a hand. Well done. These are really fun to play with. I'm having too much fun. So Jack is our winner. I think that you need a special prize for your amazing job. This is your precious trophy. I hope you enjoy that. And I mean, if you want, you can keep the handcuffs too. We'll let you take those home.
Oh, well, I could use it.
Well, you can't take them
just
off,
for
so-
like a prop or something.
Sure, just a prop, That's what you'll tell people when they see them. So now let's look at some fun on-set shenanigans with Jim Watson in Between Us.
Team Pat or Team Chuck? That's a way too long of a thought. The answer should have been.
I was 100% Team Pat.
You better be.
Yeah, Chuck was a bit of a dick last year.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Team Pat or Team Chuck?
Team Pat.
No, I was gonna say
Team Pat.
You ain't damn right, Team Pat. She's such a liar.
Team Pat.
Team Pat. Team Pat. Always Team Pat.
Team Chuck.
Oh. Team Pat or Team Chuck?
Team Gord.
There is a Team Gord hashtag too.
I know, I started it.
Team Pat, which is me, or are you Team Chuck, which is that loser over there?
Team Chuck.
Oh, but I didn't string you up to a post. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm gonna do it now, though.
Team Pat. Only because Chuck had made some dumb decisions.
I totally agree.
Good job.
And in the end, I died. So maybe I should have went more the route of Chuck.
I'm gonna go with Team Chuck.
Oh, everyone's dying to know, and I know the true answer. Team Pat or Team Chuck?
Team Pat for sure.
See?
Absolutely.
See? I told you.
Team Chuck, absolutely. To the end.
Team Chat. Team
Chat.
Chat.
You know what? Team Chat.
Team
Because
Chat.
honestly, you know what? Why can't people get along?
Exactly.
Thanks, Jim. Team Chat all the way. So Jordan, are you still Team Pat, or do you think you'd sign up for this New Team Chat bromance thing?
I like bromances, so yeah,
There's
teamwork.
been a lot of bromances this season, I feel.
Yeah.
There was the Ronnie Gord thing, and when they teamed up to get stuff done. I mean, I'm just Team Gord, that's it.
Oh, good.
And in our webisodes, Wiley and Adam are speculating about the two of you hooking up. And our Twitter poll this week asks, do you ship Tracy and Gord? 22% of you said, yes, I love them. 31% of you said, I guess I could see it. And yeah, 43% of you said, no way. What the heck, 43% of you? What do you...
That's saddening.
Yeah, there's a lot of division amongst the answers here. What do you think of this atrocity?
Well, thank you, 22%, because, that's awesome.
So
but,
you ship it then?
Yeah. I think it's
I
cute,
do too.
but-
I do too. I feel like Gord has had a lot of missteps and he almost has a relationship with people and then they're like, just kidding. Poor
It's so
Gord.
bad.
And like, do you think like maybe between season 1 and season 2, maybe Gord and Tracy spent a little time together? I mean, we don't know.
We don't know, but maybe.
Speculatively, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, hopefully Gord makes it, and hopefully he and Tracy have a chance. Like, forget hashtag Pretty Lake, pray for Pretty Lake. Just like hashtag pray for Gord.
Yeah.
And don't miss next week's episode of Between on City at 8 p.m. or set your PVR to find out if they still have a shot at love. And speaking of love, we've got a clip from next week's episode where Wiley and Liam get a little closer. Let's take a look.
Are you sure this is the right place?
Let's hope so.
Okay. Hey, Wiley,
Yeah.
listen, if we happen to get out of this mess, maybe when we're on the other side, do you want to get coffee or something?
Are you hitting on me? Right now? With everything that's going on?
No, of course not.
Coffee would be nice.
Freeze! No, hey, let me see your hands. Get out of the car slowly.
Oh gosh, Wiley and Liam are in big trouble. Okay, like, how do you guys feel? I have to ask, how do you guys feel about Liam asking Wiley out here? Jordan, what do you think?
You know, I mean, if that's the only concern at the moment, I guess, yeah, after the apocalypse,
Yeah, like,
go
we're
grab
not
the
doing
coffee,
anything else.
But, like, there's kind of
some
a
pressing
big-
issues.
Yeah.
Do you think this is appropriate? Do you think this is really appropriate? I don't know.
There's
Time
no better
could be
time,
better, yeah.
apparently. I mean,
no time like the present.
yeah, I guess, like, is that sort of, do you think what his motivation is? Like, I don't know if I'm gonna get another chance to do this.
Well, yeah, I think Liam's a bit of a shark. You know, he's
Yeah.
coming into town with these little syringes, thinking, you know, he's gonna save the day, hitting on Wiley. You know,
Gosh, where does he get off?
I don't trust him.
I don't blame you. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on tonight's episode of Inside Between. Do you have anything you'd like to say to the fans before we say goodbye, Sam?
I just like to say, guys, I love hearing from you on Twitter. I love it.
Twitter,
Please send
Twitter.
us more things. I love to read them. I read them all.
Awesome. What about you, Jordan?
You guys rock. Much love, 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 love.
Awesome.
Let's get hashtag pray for Gord.
Going.
Shout out,
Yeah.
shout out Ryan Allen
Yeah.
on Twitter. You know what I mean? Let's pray for him. Let's hope, Gord pulls through.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, well, thanks again. And don't forget, we've got our brand new episode of Between coming up next week at 8 p.m. on City. And then right after that, of course, as usual, Inside Between right here, citytv.com/between at 9 p.m. And like in the meantime, you can, of course, still watch all of the episodes, webisodes, featurettes, more on citytv.com/between right now. Join us next week for more on Inside Between. Bye!
Bye, guys.
This is normal.
This is so weird.